guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're gonna talk about free ways to free up more time. Well, time is not really free, but you can get it for free with my next 5 ways. Well, the first way to get more free time is to get rid of distractions. These are all these distractions that are stealing our time, which I'm gonna make a separate video on, like what stuff steals our time. And it's not just like social media that most people think. Well, it does steal a lot of time, but if you are like give in to it, but there's lots of other things that steal our time, like all those calls, especially those, not the people you want them to call you, but those like telemarketers and stuff, and maybe some people that you know personally, but they're just like calling too much and you just don't want to spend 2 hours talking to them. Then there's some text, like somebody needs something, blah blah blah. All these are distracting, but then there's like just people in general. When you're around the people, they're like keep on talking to you while you're busy, and you're just like, oh. So I personally, if I want to get stuff done, and or I'm just tired of people in general, I just make all kinds of excuses not to talk to them. Yeah, I'm that. Number 2 is to set the time limits, because sometimes there's some tasks that if you don't set time limits, it's gonna take you forever. Like cleaning your house, you can like work slowly and it's gonna take you all day to clean your house. Well, maybe you can try to challenge yourself. Okay, if I can maybe get done whatever I can get done in 2 hours, and if I don't get to like wipe certain things, they don't get to be wiped. And then this way you schedule 2 hours and you work as fast as you can. When 2 hours is up, then you have your free time. The next way to free up more time is to delegate the things that you have to do. Well, of course, you don't want to like pay somebody to do it, because that's not free. And it's like, I mean, if I have to pay somebody to do the stuff, I just either get it not done at all and like let it be dirty or whatever, or I mean, I cannot afford to pay somebody as much as I make at work, and maybe because whatever the wage you make at work, you still have to pay tax on it, and when you have to pay somebody just as much is like you paying with your after tax money, and it's like whatever you make at work, the amount per hour, you don't get all that money because it costs you like gas and extra clothes and extra time to get to work. So let's say you work 8 hours, but it actually takes you 9 hours from the time you, or maybe even 10, from the time you have to start get ready for work to the time you get back home, and like you get paid for 8 hours, but really it takes you 10 hours. You have to factor that in. And so if somebody wants, like if you only make not so much per hour and then you have to pay somebody that much per hour to do some work for you, I mean, unless you can't do it yourself, then you have to you can't. But those things that you can get done yourself, it's better to do yourself. But that's not the point of this video. But I always had trouble with delegating things to my kids, because they're just not gonna do as good of a job as it needs to be, as I can do, and then I ended up like running like crazy and getting stuff done myself. But the things, I started with the things that they cannot mess up, like the watering plants and stuff. You can't really mess up, like even if you spill water like right next, somewhere where not the plants, it's no big deal, it's like nothing's gonna die. But or like taking out the trash, you can't really mess up taking out the trash unless you miss the place you have to throw it. But I started with these things, and then I started giving them more and more tasks, like my kids like help me take care of my animals and stuff. So, and like when you have kids that are like old enough to do some tasks, even the little ones like 6 years old can sweep the floors and stuff. When you have kids and they can help you with doing some stuff, that's your free time that it's gonna free up. Well, of course, I would not suggest like having kids just do like housework for you, because it takes more time to take care of them. But yeah, you can delegate some of the tasks to your kids. Well, maybe some other people, but some other people might want you to pay them. Well, my kids don't get paid for chores. They do get paid for other things, like when they get their grades, they get a certain amount of money for every A, and like a little bit less for every B, and they get nothing for C if they get any C's. So yeah, they get that. Even though they homeschool, they still get grades from their like charter school that we're like doing the homeschool with, so they still do get grades. You can also free up some more time by saving non-essential things for later. There are some things that are don't have to get done today or ever. Well, let me think of those things. Well, when you're in habit of cleaning a certain thing like once a week or something, if you start doing it once in 10 days, that thing will be just as clean, just as fine after you clean it, but you're not gonna have to do it as often. Like if you're cutting your lawn, let's say every week or something, you can start doing every 10 days or every 11 days even, and you're save yourself a lot of time. So like on a certain month, instead of doing it like 4 times, you might end up doing it like 3 times, and this will save you the extra amount of time a month. Well, for us doing the lawn, like cutting the grass and everything, it takes 2 hours, like because our yard is huge. Number 5 way you can save more time is to batch the like tasks together. So where I'm filming the video, I'm trying to film at least 2, sometimes 3 at a time, because I would do more, but they just wouldn't fit on my phone. When I'm cooking something, I'm trying to cook enough for like 3 days, so I don't have to slave in the kitchen every day, because especially on those days that I work a lot, I don't want to come home and spend another 2 hours in the kitchen. Also, you know, like whenever you're cleaning like one thing, like if I'm cleaning one bathroom, I'm gonna clean the other bathroom, because they just like require the same cleaners, same everything. And just like, you know, I'm not gonna do one day and then the other one the next day, because you know each one requires maybe 15 minutes, and you know, but for some reason when I'm doing like 2 of them, I get done in 20 minutes and not like 30 minutes if I would do each of them separately. I don't know why. It's just faster when you do like things together. When I'm doing some things in the backyard, like feeding my animals and stuff, I also, since I'm in the backyard anyways, I'm also gonna like water a few things or refill the water for all the animals and stuff, because like when I'm there anyways, I'm gonna do all the work that needs to be done that day in that area, so I don't have to run back and forth. It's not only takes more time, it's actually more work, like, you know, going to the backyard 5 times a day instead of like 2 times, like morning and evening. Also, whenever you have to go somewhere, like you're getting in the car, leaving your house, whether you're going to work or taking your kids to a certain activity, if you know you'll be driving certain route, are there any task that needs to be done that day, or maybe not exactly that day, but in just like if you need to go stop at the grocery store, or you need to like drop something in the mail, like I sold one thing on eBay and I have to like stop at the post office today, so I'm not gonna do it like each thing separately, like leaving my house to go to the post office and then come back, leaving my house to go to the grocery store and then come back. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do it like all in one, and this way it not only saves me time, it also saves me gas. Thank you guys for watching. I hope those free ways to save more time or get more time for free were useful and helpful to you, and I wish you can save some time. So, well, time is money, so that's like basically saving money. Thanks for watching. Bye.